Welcome to MBAs Teach Econ. Today we're going to be looking at another one of the most missed questions off the first WPR exam this semester. And the question involves a monopolist facing a specific demand schedule and then trying to optimize for profit. So let's just graph this situation so we could visualize what a monopolist is always trying to do. So if we graph this situation, we have, of course, price on the x-axis and quantity on the y-axis. Here it says we have a fixed marginal cost, so which is a unique situation, but we'll just say our marginal cost curve is a horizontal line fixed at $20, and we have a demand curve. And then we have a marginal revenue curve, and we said that the marginal revenue curve has twice the slope of a linear demand curve. So if this linear demand curve intercepted the x-axis at 10, the marginal revenue curve would intercept the x-axis at 5. It's not necessary for this problem, but just kind of a nice to know for future analysis. So when any firm is optimizing profit, to find their optimal quantity, they're going to optimize where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. So here it would be at this point, we would draw a line down vertically. This would be our optimal quantity. And then to find our optimal price, we would actually move up to the demand curve. This is the maximum amount that a consumer is willing to pay for that quantity of goods. And then to find the total amount of profits, we would just draw this line horizontally. This would be our total profits. So let's apply this graph to this actual number situation that this problem gives us. So first it asks us to find total revenue. So total revenue is just quantity times price. So 1 times 24 is 24, 2 times 22 is 44, 3 times 20 is 60, and 4 times 18 is 72. To find marginal revenue, again, anything that's marginal is just going to be the change in what we're talking about, so revenue, so change in total revenue, all over change in quantity. Here the denominator will always be 1, just because if we look over in our quantity column, we're increasing by 1 each time. But just be careful whenever you're talking about marginal revenue. This is the equation for marginal revenue. So with that in mind, when we go from a quantity of 0 to 1, we're increasing our total revenue by 24. When we go from 1 to 2, we're increasing our total revenue by 20. From 2 to 3, we're increasing our total revenue by 16. Now let's draw these arrows here so you can see where I'm getting my numbers. And when we are producing 4, we've increased our total revenue from 60 to 72, which would be a marginal revenue of 12. So this first question asks, if we had a fixed marginal cost of 20, then using the table above, your profit optimizing quantity would be what? Well, we said that the firm optimizes where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. And here, if our marginal costs are 20, it's equal to marginal revenue when we're producing 2 units. So that would be the first answer here. And then at this profit maximizing output level, you earn a profit of, so we want to figure out what our total profit is at this point. So what we do is we look to see what is the price that we're going to be charging at this point. So if we look back to our picture, we would move up to the demand, up from this quantity vertically to the demand curve. So if we do the same thing in our graph, we're going to see that we're going to be charging a price of 22. So essentially we're going to be finding the area of this rectangle in this picture. So it's also important to note that the marginal costs are equal to the average total cost in this example. So if the quantity that we're producing is 2 and we're going to be making $2 for each good, because 22 minus 20, 22 being our price and 20 being our marginal cost, which equals our average total cost, equals 2, then our total profit is going to equal 2 times 2, which is 4. I think a little confusion surrounding this problem was the fact that marginal cost does equal average total cost. But since marginal cost is a horizontal line, it's a fixed marginal cost, it should make sense to us that it would equal the average total cost. So we've reviewed how to calculate total revenue, how to calculate marginal revenue, what marginal revenue really means. We did a quick visual review of how a firm or a monopolist firm maximizes profit. And then we applied those concepts to this chart to find the profit at maximizing quantity and then the actual amount of profit.
And until next time, it's been MBAs Teach Econ.